What's good, my friend? Welcome to another video. If we haven't met yet, my name is Ted and I talk bass. Check this out. Just right off the top, man, this video could potentially get a little bit long, so if it does, use the timestamp below. Don't complain to me about how long the video is, just use the timestamps and below. Check it. I'm going to use SongMaster Pro for this video. A few years ago, I made a tutorial on the song Rio by Duran Duran. Times change, man. Software advances and stuff like that, and so I'm going to use the tools that are available to me. I don't care what anybody says. Don't shy away from, it doesn't make you less of a musician if you use software. It's ridiculous. Once upon a time, we used to, get around in wagons. We don't do that anymore. There's a reason for that. It's called technology. All right. So having said all that, let me show you the basic deal here on the A section. Okay. E, D, G, G sharp, A. Okay, that's like the main foundation that's going to come back around a bunch of times. Let me show you what I'm talking about there. We're going to listen to just the bass because, the copyright gods be tripping on YouTube. And with that, I'm going to make an announcement here sooner or later about some changes I need to make as far as doing tutorials on YouTube. So we'll get to that. So here's the groove before we get into the A section, right? This is like the intro groove. Okay? One of the things I do want to point out about SongMaster Pro, no other software does this. SongMaster Pro is really unique in this way. I'm going to use a phrase trainer for this. I just want to demonstrate what the phrase trainer does. So we got this 4-bar section, right? The song is 140 BPM, right? Now I've set it, the start tempo, to be 70% of what that goal tempo of 140 is, right? So it's 98, and I've got it set to repeat 4 times before it increases. If you look up at here at this section here, the tempo is at 98, which is 70% of the original tempo. I have it set to repeat 4 times, right? Now every time it'll count down. So it says 4 here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see there, let me minimize the window a little bit. You see that it now, that it did increase tempo. I think things like that are really helpful because a lot of times we try to just kind of beat a part into submission, which doesn't really work, right? You get that thing under your fingers and then slowly introduce time tools like this or like a metronome. Also, you get this vocabulary, man, that becomes your own. that becomes your own. You start hearing that in other things. So anyway, now let's move this over to the verse section, and we'll keep it kind of slow. Now, remember I said this was the main thing, because now we're going to think about this as an 8-bar phrase, or the verse is 8 bars, right? So at measure 4, we've got measure 3 and 4, we've got this. So that's A, the 5th of A, and the octave. Don't worry about those terminologies. Worry more about the shape. And then C. That's what we're concerning ourselves with, is more the shape. Now, we still got to work this up to tempo. 140 is blazing, right? But let's listen here. Now, the second part, when it comes around again, measure 7 and 8 are going to be C sharp, C. So the whole verse is going to sound like this, slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Sorry. So when I start to thinking about something that I want to say, I can't talk and play at the same time. So I'm going to turn the phrase trainer off, but I'm going to bring this down to 124 BPM. And let's see if I can hang on. And I'm actually going to mute the bass and just use the drums here. Okay, not bad. I knew it was gonna. I just want to let me change that loop section. So that's at 124. Now, if I want to just do it manually like this, let me bring it to 130. Right. It's quick, man. It is quick. One thing, just FYI, is I had to, in shedding this, bring it back, micromanage like what your fingering does, right? Don't just try to go for the speed. I know that I need to start with my index finger when I go to that C, or when I go to that C sharp. Essentially, when I skip over to the A string. If you have a question about that, leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. So that is the A section, right? Use this. I know that I'm moving through this kind of quickly. And that's, for the interest of YouTube, right? And to not make a potentially a long video even longer. So slow it down, rewind, ask questions and things like that. I'm happy to answer those. Okay. And it's also on YouTube. It's difficult to play actual tracks and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for a little bit of an announcement on that, depending on when I release this video, but soon. Anyway, So let's look at the chorus now. So the chorus is 16 bars long, and first thing, E, ghost note to F sharp, that open E to F sharp, G sharp, B. Let's just do that much without the track, right? This is what you would do if you're learning a tune, you don't have the software, all that stuff. There is a link to the software below, but if you don't have, you just use your ears and then take it out of time. Get the notes. Play that a few times when you are comfortable putting time into it. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the second part. It's going to be E, D, A, B, D. Let's add that. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Now the next part. B, C, B, A. And then we have E, F sharp, G sharp, G. So slow. I missed the pluck. That's the only difference between those two sections, is one time he goes, and the second time, right? So let's listen to that. I messed up a note there. So instead of lifting off the E, it's just that on the A. So let's do that with the drums. I'll mute the bass, okay? Check it out. So those are the main two sections, right? There's only one other section, which is a breakdown with a sax solo. All right, so let's take a look at that. And I think, when I did this tutorial years ago, I don't believe that I did this part correctly, and that's why we do it again. Ain't no shame. I think he changed it right there. No, he didn't. What is that? That sounds different. side is. He didn't go to the. Check out the nuance. So the first time it was C, B, A. And then the second time was D flat, C. Now it changes. Instead of going from C sharp to A, it's going to C sharp to F sharp right here. So look at that. Look at that turnaround there. Okay, bump, bump, bump. And so let's take a look at this whole section here. Turn around. Now we got that main groove, but it's in C sharp. What's going on here? Let's get into this section. Let's get into this section. And listen, nasty. Let's take these drums out, and you hear humanness, humanity in that bass line. You heard that? So from C sharp minor to F sharp. So we got that same octave shape, root, fifth, octave. Right? We got the same material that hasn't changed. Now something's different there. It's not boom. What I'm doing right now is both listening and then trying to figure out what's the most efficient way to play this. To, you know, like if I do it here, I can do that. There's a few different ways, but I just want you to understand that that's what's going on in my brain right here. think that's more efficient right there. To play that open A, C sharp, F sharp, A, A, and then grab the C sharp there. F sharp, G, G sharp. Nope. Nope. So now I gotta slow down, right? You notice how I went from this finger, I just switched to my first finger. You don't have to do that, but let's listen again. Repeats, it's the same exact thing. Same exact thing, very repetitive. Wow. And then it goes back into the groove. So I would take this. I don't know why I did that just now. I love the control of SongMaster Pro. I'm telling you. I love being able to just move through stuff like this. So what I would do is come play this with the software, with the bass. If I got to play it slow, play it slow. If we want to bring it up a little bit. And then take the bass out. So I keep screwing that part up. So that's where I would slow down and put that in, I don't be editing out mistakes, man. There's no need for that. But now I'll do this without the bass. Okay, so these are the main sections of this song, right? Oh, let me get in the right place. Nope, I'm goofing. we're and then we're back in the beginning. And this is not even, like where it really is tempo wise, but tempo is 140. I messed up. I'm goofing. So here's the tempo, right? Here's the tempo. So I really kind of twisted it around there, but you see what I'm saying, right? Anyway, that's all the sections of Rio by Duran Duran. It is a challenging number, but when you get those parts, get them slow. But what I really would have liked for you to get ultimately out of this video are techniques for how to get different passages and, either use software or not use software to learn them and get them under your fingers. But then when you get this vocabulary, you know what I'm saying? Remember I told you my air was broke? It's getting hot in here. Listen, questions, comments, concern in the comments section below. I love to hear from you guys. I will catch you in the next one. Peace. 2 fingers.